going to be about 10 things that I wish I knew before starting college and 5 things that I wish I knew after graduating college for post-grad life. So this video is kind of just to help like maybe any incoming freshmen for the next year, or anyone who just started college this semester, or people who may be graduating within the next school year as well. I just want to kind of give out kind of some tips that I had from my experience at Florida Atlantic University, or just any university in general. I feel like these tips could help. But just a little background, I just graduated from Florida Atlantic University last month exactly as a biology student. I graduated a year early, so my biology program is a 4-year degree, but I graduated in 3 years. I'm currently working a part-time position, but I'm about to transition over into a full-time position within the STEM field, which I'm so forever blessed to have that opportunity to start. But yeah, I'm gonna start with some tips I wrote down on my iPad so I don't miss anything in particular that I did want to share with you guys. So the first tip is going to be friends will come and go. And this is so true. I've literally when I first started at FAU, because you know it's pretty far from where I'm actually from, so it's about a 4-hour drive, so like I would join these group chats where I would become friends with people, and a lot of people in those group chats either we fell out, we had arguments, which like drama, and it's like, girl, we're in college, not high school. I'm not signed up for any drama. Or some of them ended up, no, only like 2 ended up, we're still very close friends now, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I just had a lot of ups and downs, like friends that I did make throughout college, only a select few that I still really do talk to every day now, that I'm even met in my freshman year, like my first semester at FAU, and I'm so glad and forever thankful for those friends, you know what I'm saying? So friends will come and go, and you really find out who your real ones are after a couple of years and after going through plenty of situations with them. My second tip is going to be getting internships, volunteering, and shadowing. Whatever your field is, for me specifically as a STEM major and want to go into the medical field, you have to shadow, you have to get internships, volunteering, whatever you can. And what helped me get them the most was the organizations that I joined, and especially the ones that I got leadership positions for. They were mostly medical organizations, so that helped me tremendously in being able to get opportunities and networking with like physicians in South Florida and all that type of thing. So if you can hop on that, the earlier you can, the better, like truly. The third tip is going to be going to school far away actually helps you to grow up more. So like I said, it's my university is like a 4-hour drive from my hometown, and I don't have any family down there. I already hate my hometown anyways, honestly, so I was not mad. I mean, granted, my first semester though, I was pretty homesick because I didn't really have that much people that I talked to besides my roommates and the guys as I was meeting there, and a bunch of stuff. So it's like, I feel like I really, like, who I was when I first stepped to that school was like this shy, immature, very naive, very sheltered little girl. And then by the time I came out of college, I feel like I learned so much. I feel like my mindset is just completely surpassed who I was back then. And honestly, not to sound like shady or anything, but like a lot of the people that I've known before in that time, I feel like it's surpassed that too. Where I feel like the way I grow, like the woman I grown into, a lot of things that you know, like the environment that I was in before, and like having to be reintroduced to being back into that city, or like that my hometown and stuff. I feel like a lot of the people here I don't have the same ideals with, because I just so completely different, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at it at all. It just kind of propels me to want to do better, so I can, you know, get out and do things that I do want to do and be able to reach the goals that I do have for myself. So definitely, I would say, if you have the option to move away from your hometown, do it. It changes you for the better. My fourth tip is to graduate early if you can. I don't know about y'all, but I did not have no full ride. I had to use financial aid. Thankfully I had a lot of grants, but occasionally I would still have to take out loans, take out government loans that don't accumulate as much interest as like the private loans. I never took out a private loan, thank God. Every loan that I did take out was a government one. So graduating early will save you from having to take out loans as if you were having to go to school for another year, even though I'm going back to school after my gap year is over. But still, I'm glad I didn't have to spend this year taking out more loans, you know what I'm saying? So, and if you can get scholarships, get them. Unfortunately, my first 2 years of school, I wasn't able to get scholarships, but my last year of school, I was getting scholarships basically left and right, and I didn't have to take out any loans. So definitely do what you can. Next tip would be when picking classes, do look at the reviews from past students. So I was thankful that I was in group chats for a lot of my classes, and like for my organizations too. You get to meet people who are taking or took the classes that you're going to take, especially if y'all are in the same major, and they tell you about their experiences with these professors. And you also have websites like Rate My Professor, and take those reviews seriously, because some of these professors and a lot in the STEM field, well, that's the only experience I have, but I would say a lot in the STEM field, they don't want to see you in, honestly. I don't know, it's like they have a knack for seeing their students fail or seeing their students struggle. So try your best to not get a professor that's like that, because it will keep you up at night studying like all freaking night long every freaking week, and then for you to end up doing bad on that test. And really it's because the professor made the test so hard that no one can actually pass it. And I'm saying, like, just if you have the option to get a better professor, make sure that you do that. My next tip would be get a planner and learn to organize. I promise to God, if I was not organized and if I did not have like a planner and like was not on top of like my assignments and like my due dates and everything, I don't think I would have graduated early. Because college, the way that you study in college, which prepare in college, is so different from if you're coming from straight from high school. It's a completely different ball game. And if you think the same like ethics and habits that you had in high school is going to work in college, it's most likely not, and you'll be in for a rude awakening if you don't switch that up within your first semester into what will work for you in the classes that you're taking in college. Next tip is, I think it kind of goes in with the other one. Financial aid can help a lot. Don't procrastinate on it. And what I meant to add basically to that is that when it comes to like deadlines and stuff, whether it be for FAFSA, like applying for financial aid, or like approving or accepting your financial aid, make sure not to fall short on those dates, because you have to make sure that you do, and have to make sure that you do on a timely manner, or else the school will literally look at you like, I don't know who that is. That lady, I ain't never seen her. That man, I ain't never seen her. They're gonna act very brand new when you're wondering why your financial aid never went through. So please make sure to pay attention to these dates and pay attention to what they're asking of you. When it comes to the financial aid office, or like anybody just giving you money to pay for school, because it will help. It will. My next tip is network, join clubs, and talk to your professors. So the one thing that I regretted, well, there's a few orgs that I wanted to join, but I was just so shy, and then COVID hit, and I'm like, dang, I really should have joined while I had the chance, because I did not see COVID coming. No one saw COVID coming, and nor did anyone see it coming as hard as it has hit, or still has an impact on us today in 2021, you know what I'm saying? So definitely do join what you want to do. Whatever you have your eyes set on, do it. Just do it. And when it comes to networking, same thing. Do not let your shyness get in the way of things, because that could be the opportunity that would put your foot through the door for like expediting you to the career that you want. But because you were shy, you didn't talk to that person that would have got you there. So please talk. Please don't let your shyness get in the way. That's what I did, and I regret it, honestly. And when it comes to talking to your professors, same thing. The semester before COVID started, that's when I started talking to my professors. But then COVID started like literally spring break, and we never came back. So it's like, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't even remember my name if I asked them for a letter of rec, even though I was still going to ask. But still, it's just like all these relationships that I could have built over the years, and I decided to wait because I was being too shy or like doubting myself. But then the whole pandemic happened, and we did virtual learning basically my last year's college. So I'm like, okay. So network, and do not let shyness get in the way of talking, of getting your points across, and of getting the opportunities that you deserve. My next tip is going to be tutoring will make the difference in your education, and it sure as hell will. Especially as a STEM major, I learned very early on, like FAU had like SI and like class, which was like the department of like tutoring and learning. So like every single like class that's traditionally hard, they have like tutors that are literally available basically every day. They had SI sessions, so it'll be like TAs that they assign to that class to help with extra tutoring after class. And especially for like when it came to organic chemistry, general chemistry, logical principles of behavior, physics, all those classes, I did tutoring. And we're not going to talk about organic chemistry, but every single one of the other classes I did extremely well in because of tutoring, you know what I'm saying? But it does help to know people who also took the class before, who can send you their notes from before and stuff too, to also work with, to know what you're going to expect for that class. But yeah, tutoring for sure, it will help you so much in retaining that information and knowing what to expect on these tests. My next tip is going to be enjoy college while it lasts. Because baby, when I tell you, I did not expect these 3 years to go by as fast as it did. Like, even though I'm 21 now and I still feel like I just turned 18 and like was about to go off to college. Like, it was yesterday, but it wasn't. And I feel like it's so crazy when I see like my Snapchat memories from just a month ago, you know what I'm saying, or just a year ago. And it's like, I was really living my life out here, and I was really in college, and I was really in this thing, and now it's over. It's crazy. And all the friends and all the memories I've made, it's just, please enjoy it while you're there. Make friends, make memories, but also stay on top of your work. Create a balance between it, and I promise it will be, when people say high school is the best years of your life, that's a lie. College is definitely going to be some of the best years of your life, and whatever else comes after for your life, you know what I'm saying? So definitely enjoy it while it lasts. Okay, so next I'm going to get into what I wish I knew after college for post-grad life. So like I said, I literally just graduated a month ago, and I wrote down 5 tips. So in total it's gonna be 15 tips. Well, 5 tips that I wish I knew after college. First one is you only stay in touch with your real friends, and that is so true. Basically, I talk to like the same, probably like 6-7 people that I've met and made in college basically every other day, and the conversations are still just as lit, just as fun, and like planning to meet up with each other. It's just so, I love them. And like I have group chats with my friends and stuff still, so it's like I said earlier, you do realize where your real friends are. The second one is it's a little too much free time on your hands. Honestly, it truly is. Like, I feel like it was so much more structured while I was in school, because it's like, I know I have class, and then after class I can go to my organization meeting, or after my organization meeting I can go to the gym, and then I can go to the library, or like just stuff like that. And it's like, now it's just like, school was such a big part of my life, and now this is the first time I've ever taken a break. I never took a break in between high school and college. I did dual enrollment in high school, and then I went straight to college. Girl, like, what do I do with this newfound freedom? Like, it's crazy to think of. My third one is it's hard to move back home and adjust, which is very true. I was under the impression that I would not be moving back to my parents' house, that I would be living a life in my little apartment in South Florida. But then as it got closer to graduation last month, I was like, dang, South Florida a little expensive, and I want to save my money so I can be able to afford getting my master's, and so I can be able to afford going to medical school afterwards. And I don't know, but if y'all know me for real, y'all know I am bougie, okay? And I do not see a point in, well, I don't want roommates, honestly. So it's like, either I can get a nice apartment with roommates, or I could live by myself in a ghetto apartment. Baby, I don't do the ghetto. I don't give a fuck. I don't do the ghetto at all. So I was like, I guess I'll just like suffer let my mental health suffer a little bit and stay back in my hometown for a little bit. And like I said earlier, it's so different because everyone's mindsets here are so different than mine. And like small city compared to like the big city that I want to be in. So I'm like, it's a little country, but it's okay. It's okay because I already know what I want and what. Okay, so this fourth tip is figuring out your next steps isn't as easy cut anymore. So I feel like after high school, it's kind of like either you knew you were just going to work or you're going to college. And that's what it was for me. I knew I was going to college like before I even graduated high school. And it's like now I told myself at first I never wanted to do a gap year. Now I want to do a gap year. I want to go get a master's, but I'm like, there's also other like degrees that I could get before going to medical school. So I'm like, there are other options that I could do that would save me more money and be more of a valuable degree technically. But it's so many options now compared to high school and going to college. So it's just something to think about. Like, unless if you just are already on a clear cut path, or you already know where you're going right after. But for me, it's like I have other options that I could also consider. So there's that. And then my fifth and last tip is going to be you'll learn one way or another to be more smarter with your money. And I don't know about y'all, but my school was running it up with the little COVID checks. So I was like, yes, baby, I got money. And then I thought I was going to do this pharmacy tech job. And it ended up falling through because so many people in Boca are racist, very racist, okay? It was a whole like mishap situation with that, and I ended up just not having enough money. And then when it comes to like buying my own cars and like having to spend money on other bills and stuff, it's kind of like, dang, now I don't have these refund checks from school that would help me tremendously coming in anymore. So it's like now I really had to just depend on my money from work and like my occasional sponsorships and stuff like that. So it's like it will hit you when you realize those refund checks from school are not gonna hit no more. You're gonna have to actually depend on your work money for real and whatever other sources of income you have. And I feel like it also fuels you to try to make other sources of income, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be one source of income as girl for the rest of my life. It's just not something that I see for myself. So yeah, those are my 5 tips that I wish I had known before graduating from college, and the 10 tips that I had for before I went to college. And I just hope wherever you are in your education, good luck to you and throughout your journey, and I hope and wish you guys all success, and for myself as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I love you guys so much.